Hey guys, DarkForce here, coming at you with a game between ATN DarkForce as the red Zerg and Xlord as the purple Protoss here on Lost Temple. And this looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting game from what I've heard. And looks like DarkForce is going to send his Overlord in the proper direction right away. And for those of you that don't know, which is probably most people, if you are able to scout with the Overlord and see this Nexus, you can pull back real quick before they can see your Overlord. And that won't let them know that you're cross spawned right across here, because if they see him coming across like right now, they obviously know his position is right here on the map. And looks like Xlord is gonna place a forward pylon. That's not exactly standard. And Xlord's APM has down to 0. That's interesting. Normally you want to try to spam your APM like this as much as possible to keep your heart rate going and keep yourself active during the game, so when the game does get really intense and tough, you know, you're able to keep going. And 2 drones in production, and looks like he's setting down a gateway. And what's next? I'm assuming a forge. No, another gateway. So 2 gateways so far by Xlord. And he's going to send out his scouting probe in the wrong direction. I guess he didn't see that Overlord. And there he is going across there, just going to perch right up on this ledge, it looks like. And Xlord's sending his Overlords all over the map. Great play there. It looks like probably 14 or 13 pull by DarkForce. And another pylon coming in. Always got to have one in your main, of course. And where is this going? Looks like he's going to go for a Zealot rush. But that is in the wrong direction, because DarkForce is spawned right over here. And let's see if he changes it. I'm sure he will. There we go. So 2 Zealots in production. Chrono boosted out. And DarkForce is going to see this, so he's going to probably be a little bit wary of what's going on. Let me turn the hit points bar on for you guys. Roach Warren coming in too. Only 6 Zerglings in production, and already a Roach Warren coming in. And this probe is going to try to escape after doing some scouting. And they see that Zealot and they just hightail it out of there. Let's see if he saw that Roach Warren. Yes, he did. Assuming he clicked on it, he knows that there's roaches coming in. And a 3rd 4th Zealot coming across the battlefield. A Forge coming in as well. And looks like this Queen just came out just in time to start trying to pick off these Zealots. Good block there by DarkForce as well. Great control by both players. I was just going to say, now the time's to pounce. And 1 Zealot's going to start working on that Roach Warren. He really just needs to focus out those Zerglings. Zealots just tear through Zerglings so quickly. And a cannon going up by Xlord as well. That's what I figured the Forge was for. And a 2nd pylon, pretty standard so far. And there's 2 cannons in production. Guess he's worried about a run by. And I've seen this done quite a few times by I believe it's Huck, creating a nice little barricade with cannons behind it. I'm not quite sure if it's him. Someone correct my mistake, because it probably is a mistake. And these roaches are out, and they are going to come into play. And as you saw, his natural expansion, DarkForce, is up, or is going up. And these Zealots are just trying to outrun these roaches at the moment. And that roach is going to catch up to it. And they all back off, because Zealots aren't that great against roaches. And here we have a Cybercore and an Assimilator. Finally, he got those up very late. Expansion going up for Xlord as well, pretty quickly for a toss player, if I'm not mistaken. And looks like DarkForce has map control at the moment. Overlord spread all throughout the map. Both Xel'Naga towers captured with these Zerglings. And an Overlord right up here, right by his natural, so he knows exactly when he's going to move out, exactly what he's building, exactly when this goes up. Great placement there by DarkForce. And it looks like Xlord is just in the dark, because obviously Protoss don't have Overlords or any early flying units to scout out. And the expansion is up by DarkForce, and he has transferred his queen and just built the second one. Good control, or good upkeep there by DarkForce. And he is also taking out these destructible rocks here for the high yield. That'll give him a huge, huge economic boost there. Pylons placed all throughout the base. And Warp Gate Tech is finally coming in, and a Robo Facility. I wonder what we're going to see coming out of that. Most likely first an Observer. But I assume with the way this game is at a Colossi. Unless he just sticks with the Roaches for the rest of the game, and then we'll probably see an Immortal or two. And Ground Weapons level 1 coming in for Xlord. And these destructible rocks are down, so he will probably expand any minute now. Gas going up, both gases going up on the expansion for DarkForce. And looks like a Zealot going to get picked off here by these Zerglings way, way out of position. I'm not sure what he was doing. Maybe scouting, but a Zealot isn't the best unit to scout with, considering it costs 100 minerals. And 2 more gateways coming in. Yep, there goes that Observer. Scouting right over to the main, or going to be scouting right over to the main. And both players just teching, getting their economies going. Glial Reconstitution, that Roach Speed, and Pneumatized Carapace. That'll be pretty good. And another queen coming in at the expansion for DarkForce. Another thing, also, you Zerg players out there, it's great to get multiple queens at one expansion or just one base, because you got to have one doing the larva injection, and it takes a while for that energy to catch up to be able to do larva injection and the creep tumors. So if you have 2, you can do both at the same time and just expand that creep like crazy. Great job with the Overlords here, just a wall of Overlords in between the 2 bases in case he goes for any air units coming in, and an Immortal. See, where did his Observer go? There it is. And he is scouting around here, so he sees these destructible rocks, so he probably figures, well, he's most likely going to expand there any minute soon. And an Overseer coming in to drop a Changeling. Gonna inspect his base a little. This Immortal does 55 towards those Roaches with the +1 upgrades. So Roaches have 1 armor, so they can 3-shot a Roach. Not to mention the fact that they have all that armor in general, with the hardened shield and whatnot. And ground armor level 1, and this Changeling's gonna come in. Yep, noticed it right away. Every good player should be able to pick those off right away. And there we go, Extended Thermal Lance. Colossi are coming in. I love seeing Colossi. They're so versatile on the field with these cliffs. They can just attack, back up on the cliff, attack, back up on the cliff. It's great. And the map control has switched over to Xlord, or at least on the top half. And another gateway coming in. How many gateways is that? It's 3, only 5. That's not too big. And these Stalkers are going to try to see if they can pick off this Overlord. What is he doing with these Overlords? I guess just scouting. And that Observer sees everything.